So I got started in music because I had a skateboarding accident. I didn't actually want to do music. It wasn't my dream. But I always like to say that God has a sense of humor. And, what the devil meant for my bad, God was able to turn it for my good. Because, skateboarding career, probably wouldn't have happened. Who knows, right? But I loved it. And I was skateboarding downtown Toronto. And I ended up doing a trick that bruised the bottom of my foot. And I couldn't skate for like weeks, and then it turned into months, and all of a sudden just life changed, right? And you have different desires, but like imagine something that you do every day that you love so much that you just like, that's your world, and you've spent like a decade of your life on it. You know what I mean? I don't know how long I was actually skating, but I was really good. I was sponsored, I was getting free stuff, I was going to contests, all this stuff, and then all of a sudden I can't do it anymore. And I can't tell you how devastating that was for me, and how a dark place that was for me, and wanting to just give up. And that's where music became my vice and my thing. I always loved music. Like I loved it, but creating it, writing it, releasing it, performing it. Are you kidding me? Right? Like, you got 3 eyes, bro? Like, I'd say to God, are you serious? You really want me to do music? And what's wild is as I started to pursue music, of course, something new was always fun at the beginning, right? It's fun, and there's just, you're not good, you don't care, and it's just all fresh. But then when you want to start to get better and you want to increase, all of a sudden you realize like, wow, I'm actually not really good. And to get to that next level takes a lot more talent and effort. And I'll never forget playing a show. And after the show, I was in a rap group, right? That's how I started. After the show, my guys had left, and I was on my own, and I was at the table hanging out, and 2 dudes came up to me, and they're just like, man, you really need to work on your stuff. You basically suck. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, that's not fun. They were like, you really need to work on your rap, man. You really need to work on your flow. Okay. And then they just walked away. Like, they didn't give me any advice, any encouragement, like, fix this, or, like there was no constructive criticism. It was just like literally walked up, dissed me, and left. And I remember that night, like, I didn't have a girlfriend either at this time. And I remember I went to pick up my skateboard and skate a little bit, because I was better. Now I could skate again. And I started to try to do some tricks. And because I hadn't been skateboarding, I couldn't like do the things as easily as I could. And I was pretty advanced skater. I was doing a lot of different tricks and stuff, and I just realized that skill wasn't as strong as it had been. And I remember like, man, like I don't have a girlfriend. I can't skate as good as I used to, and I was just told I suck at rapping. And I can't tell you how devastated I was, and depressed and discouraged, and just wanting to give up. It was one of my dark moments. And maybe you have a dark moment, or you've had one, and you're going through one right now. And I just want to encourage you to keep going, because the story's not done yet. I always like to tell people, like, man, like, if you're still alive, you're watching this video, you're listening to my voice right now, you're still writing your story. Right through those pains, right through those difficulties, right through that anguish. Write a song about this stuff, if anything. And of course, if you don't know Jesus, write him into your life too, because he loves you and wants to see you keep going. And that's why I didn't quit, right? And you got to understand, I didn't have a dad growing up. My dad committed suicide when I was 5 years old. So I had a lot of insecurities, didn't have that father figure, didn't know who to reach out to. I don't know who I called that night or what I did, but I remember it was just summer. I had all the time in the world. I think I had a job then, so I had money, which was cool. And I think I just kept on working on stuff. Maybe I listened to one of my favorite music things. And that's what you got to understand. And that's why it's so powerful what we do, is we have the ability to write songs that help people go through some of the darkest times, man, to give them hope, to give them something to keep reaching for and not give up. So I want to encourage you to just keep writing your story and stay in the game. And please post below too. I'm curious how you got started in music, because everybody's story is different. And honestly, if it wasn't for skateboarding and all the hip hop, all the rock, all the metal, all the punk, that really influenced where I went with my own music. And I'm sure you have your own influences. Maybe your parents taught you stuff. Maybe you had a brother or sister, I don't know, cousin, uncle got you into it. But just keep going. because you don't know what tomorrow holds. You don't know where your breakthrough is next. Like anything can happen, man. I told you my other stories where I was about to quit after I was signed. Like, I thought getting signed was it, but no, that wasn't it. Then I blew up in Japan, and then just different things happen. And like, the question is, like, if I don't quit, what's gonna happen next? Who knows? Like, I should be excited, right? Like, how can I get my music out there more? I was listening to something today, and it was talk about fringe marketing and just doing stuff that like really gets people attention. And doesn't have to be controversial necessarily, but it can be something where you're really standing out, a song about something where you can really stand out that's newsworthy. You know, not just another song about whatever, but how can you create marketing or something around your music to package it to reach even more people? I want to remind you that a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits. Make sure you join our 10X Your Fanbase Challenge. Go to 10xyourfanbase.com/live challenge. You get to hang out with me, yours truly, for 5 days. And if you get a VIP ticket, you can ask any questions you want for those 5 days. And I normally charge $1,000 an hour. So, hey, I believe in you. Keep chasing for this dream. I look forward to seeing you on the challenge. See more info below. I'll put the link below this video, 10xyourfanbase.com/live challenge. Keep chasing that dream, my friend.